2 days before Valentine's Day here, guys and ladies as well. The quickest way into a person's heart is through their stomach, of course. Guys and ladies. And nothing says I love you more than a great steak dinner. And here to join us today with an amazing recipe is Jackie Medill with the Washington State Beef Commission. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Hey, yeah, 2 days away. If you haven't thought about it, and what a great thing to do, make something up.
It's crunch time, right? Like, plan the meal, buy the flowers, you know, get chocolates if you must. But I suggest, instead of investing in chocolates, investing in a beautiful beef steak.
That's perfect for a guy. What says love more than a big old beef steak,
exactly.
Right?
Well, and frankly, if my husband had created this menu, he would score like major points, because this is beef, this is chocolate, this is like every woman's desire right here.
You got it all, and you don't have to go out and break the bank too on this, which is really great. And you're preparing something which is also the creative side that says I love you that much more.
Yes, and this is, you know, this is a ribeye steak. This is a very premium beef steak. Generally carries a pretty hefty price tag. The nice thing about this time of year is retailers, you know, grocery stores, they know that you're out there buying a special meal. There's probably a great sale. This beautiful, almost 2-pound beef steak, which I realize is a really big chunk of meat, is really for two. You want to keep them in love.
Don't put them to sleep.
Right,
a little bit smaller.
So this beautiful beef steak was only about $10 a pound. So after all my grocery shopping, my salads, my beautiful dessert, my bits of chocolate, my berries, we're looking at like 50 to 60 bucks at the grocery store.
Great.
And everybody loves going to a steakhouse, right? I mean, that's a traditional romantic dinner. But you can do a steakhouse night at home if that fits.
So what are we whipping up? And tell us about this umami experience.
Umami experience. So umami is the fifth taste. And what umami is really, it epitomizes savory and the deep flavor that things like beef steak and garlic and fermented things like red wine. Yeah, they really amplify each other.
And it gets you in the mood too.
Right, right, exactly. Well, food, you know, does that for just about everybody. So what we're going to do here is this is an Ancho-Chocolate citrus rub. It's just going to make the most of any steak. And I love
Ancho-Chocolate citrus rub. So it's got a lot going on there.
It's got a lot going on, but it's really pretty simple. I mean, we're looking at like 6 ingredients into this rub. So what you're going to start with is about a tablespoon of cocoa powder, good old grandma's cocoa powder for baking, about a tablespoon of this ancho chili pepper spice. Then we're going to switch over to our teaspoon. We need about a teaspoon of oregano. You can use oregano leaves or ground oregano. I like ground oregano. I like ground spices when I'm doing a rub like this. I think it all blends together a little bit more.
You can smell that coming up through the noses.
And then this is a little bit of cinnamon. Yeah. So a teaspoon and a half of oregano, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and then 3 cloves of garlic. I have pre-minced garlic. I always figure it's about a teaspoon per clove. And then we're going to just zest in a little bit of orange. This is our burst of citrus. And the nice thing about citrus, and you got to kind of eyeball it when you're doing citrus and zesting right into your rub there. But you just want enough to give it a little bit of flavor. Avoid the white.
Okay.
Go for the color. So anytime you're doing any sort of citrus, and we're just looking for a little burst there. And then all you do is a little mixing.
Mix it around.
And massaging, and your steak is ready to like sizzle away on the grill.
Any special ways to just throw it on there, or you just rub it in?
You want to just kind of sprinkle it on
top, okay.
You know, use what God gave you here.
Get a little dirty here with it.
Get a little bit dirty.
Rub it in, and hence the rub.
Flip it over. Yeah, it needs a little love, a little massage. Get it in there. Now, what I love about this particular rub is that it's not traditional salt and pepper, and I love salt and pepper. I love to just let beef shine, but this is great because this is just a really different flavor profile. And then what you're going to do is place it on a sizzling hot grill. Nothing says I love you like standing out in the rain on Valentine's Day. So brave the elements. Or if that doesn't work for you, you know, if you don't have a grill or you don't want to use the grill, use your broiler. Or you can take the route that most steakhouses do. Sear your steak on a really, really hot skillet on your stovetop.
And know your man, know how he likes it.
Exactly. And then you want to slide it into a blazing hot oven, about 350 to 400 degrees in the oven.
Real quick, we want to talk about pairings. You got just a short amount of time because that's so important when you put all of this together in the presentation.
Right. So I've got roasted tomatoes, another umami ingredient, which just have lots of depth of flavor. They're going to play off the steak itself, off that kind of spicy richness that you've got going on the steak. Roasted potatoes. Really, this was an oven meal.
And the wine that goes along with that.
Just a nice red wine, whatever. They always say drink what you love, so whatever is your favorite. And we've got chocolate, of course, because that's just the most romantic dessert in the world. Great stuff. Think about this if you're getting ready to make that dinner for the special loved one coming up on Friday. Jackie Meadale, thank you so much from Washington State Beef Commission. Thank you. All right, that looks good. If we've got the link to that recipe, it's on our site at Q13fox.com. Check it out if you need something to do on Friday. For now, we'll send it